Hello everyone. Today's video we're going to finish off this cover. This is the end result, but if you want to see how I did it step by step, keep watching. I hope you guys had an amazing New Year celebration and you were safe, and I hope your New Year is off to a great start. Hopefully I can do this before the sun starts to come in, and it looks like it's already starting to come in. So let me just close this little curtain here. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, that should be a little better. So I figured today we will continue to work on the Winter in New York City journal. We've been doing this step by step, and the last video you saw was when I made this cover out of a Dollar Tree liner. Oh my gosh, guys, I must confess, I can totally leave this cover just the way it is, add my closure, and maybe even just a plaque that would say journal underneath, and I would be totally okay with that. Simple, easy to put in your bag, like, it feels great. But I am going to embellish it a little more. So I did bind it, 3-hole pamphlet stitch, and I did create a pocket out of one of the seams, and I added this huge tag here for the front cover, and I also lined the inside with that paper, and I love how it looks. And then in the back I also created another pocket with a large tag. Now this was the paper when we were doing getting the signatures together that I got ahead of myself, and I sewed a page without laying my lace and really thinking it through. But I said I wasn't going to waste it, and in here, out of one of my cut parts from a tag I'm going to show you, I did a side pocket, and this is where I'm tucking all the extra ephemera journal cards that I'm not going to use, but I have them here, so I might actually come back in here and pull something out, but at least they're in here. And then I have another pocket here where I can put all the little bits in a little cellophane bag, and then just have it in there to go. Right? Doesn't take up any space. I did create the envelope that's in there, and I did some ink splattering in brown and use one of the tickets as my closure, and then I just have the little cards that go inside, and I did ink the inside to distress it. Just one of the tags there. I added 2 journaling cards here. That was loose the last time we met. I did back up here, so I still have some spaces to fill. And then when I bound these, I bound them wherever they landed. So some are a little up, some are a little down. I didn't want it all the same. I did add the belly band here with a tag and the little ticket down here to stop it from going all the way down. We did that together. I think that was video number 2. I still have to back that up. So there's another little project that I wanted to show you with scraps, and and this is actually it, but we'll get to that one. We're not there yet. I wanted to work on the cover. Actually, it's perfectly fine. I have a container with a bunch of 4x6 papers, and I pulled these colors out thinking that would be contrasted well there. The way my printer printed it, I felt it was a little too bright, so I wanted to knock it back a little bit and just build a cluster here. These are the offcuts, and then create some cards in there. And then I still have to do these things. So like I said, when I work on it, I do my video, I work a little bit in the background, and then I stop. So I'm doing this pretty much in real time. So that's it. That's all I've done on my own, which doesn't look like a lot. All right, so for the cover, I was thinking I have this corrugated cardstock that I got from Spellbinders on a clearance, and I cut it down to be 4 by 5 because I didn't want to cover up beautiful cover. And I took my scissors and I kind of distressed the edges, and then I cut this picture out of one of the sheets, distressed it, curled the edges. So I'm going to ink all that up. And I was thinking that I want a flat cover. I didn't want it bulky with flowers and all that stuff. And then I have this plaque that I was thinking I would use there with a word that says journal. Cut it down to size so that would fit in there. And I also have one that says notes. So I was going to include that as well in case they didn't want to use it as a journal, but just as a note taking. And then I pulled out some eyelash trim. And I just wanted to add a little bit of fluff in the back. Somewhere around there. Just to give it a little interest. Not all over, but just a little bit. And then this ribbon I found in my stash, which is what I want to use for the tags. And then I have this key that I wanted to include somewhere around here. And you're probably wondering, why a key, Dahlia? Well, here in New York City, they give out the keys to the city quite often. And I wanted to add a key. But I'm not sure how that's going to work out. So that is the plan for the cover. So I'm going to pull this to the side. We're just going to work with this. Oh, and I also pulled out some charms. One says handmade. I can pick it up. And the other one just looks like a world with a plane going around it. So this can totally be used as a journal if you visited New York City, and you can put your pictures in there and document what you saw and all that good stuff. And then I also pulled out my Versamark and my clear embossing powder. This key is one of the wood veneers that you can purchase on Temu. Dollar Tree has them. And they're in that just basic cardboard color. I just wanted to shine it up. You can totally do this same technique using color embossing powder. I didn't have a color that seemed to fit the colors that I have here. The yellow was too pastel. The gold, I have no gold in there, and I'm using bronze. So that was not going to work. So I figured I would show you how easy it is to change the color on these. So all I'm doing is dipping it in my Versamark, and I want to make sure there's a good coverage. I want to make sure that I got all the spaces. And then I'm just going to emboss it like we would anything else. So I'm going to flip it over. So I'm using clear to give it that shine, but also to keep that wood color, that corrugated color. I have not used my embossing powders in a long time. Not as often as I thought I would, but I just want to give it a good coverage. I want it all to stick. And I'm going to come in here. I'm going to shake off the excess. And give it a good tap. Put it off to the side, and then I'm going to put this right back into my container. Hopefully without having an accident. Because you know how it goes, right? The minute you hit record, anything and everything that's going to happen can. Okay. So there we are. Let me close that up. I am going to mute this part so you don't hear my heat tool. I'm gonna grab it from underneath. There we go. All right, so this is what we have. I don't know if you can see that sparkle there. This particular clear embossing powder has some sparkle to it. So I'm gonna let that dry off to the side because I'm pretty sure it's still a little soft from the heat. So I hope everyone is doing well. Got some great stuff lined up, and some things that I want to try this year. And I'm really feeling comfortable or confident in myself that I can stick to, you know, certain commitments. I don't like committing and then not being able to. I'm gonna darken that just a little bit. And this year is the year that I'm excited to start messing around with mixed media. So I did treat myself to a jelly plate. Where is it? Where did I put it? I was so excited and then I stored it somewhere. Anywho, it's close. It's not far. But I also got this from my job. And this one actually creates a small mold. So I got me the 8x10. And then I also, wow, I put it away so good. I was going to have a play with it today. I also got me the 8x10. So I'm super excited. So I got a small one that I'm going to create. That was like a DIY kit where you do the mixture yourself, which I'm interested in doing. And then create your own small mold or base, or what do you call that? I don't even know the lingo yet. Help me out. Put it down in the comments. So I'm super excited with that. I want it to look a little distressed. And what I'm doing is just having all these little shreds all over the place. This one I wanted it to curl up a little bit. Okay. I think that'll work. All right. So wish me luck, guys. I do have some paint. I don't think I have a whole lot of a variety of paint, but I do have paint. I'm curious, where did I put that jelly plate? Jeez. Can't be far. And oh, and that's totally Rhonda's fault, by the way. Totally her fault. Oh, I found the actual base. I pulled out the paper because I wanted to visit the website. But here's the one I treated myself to. And I'm going to make the small one sometime today. Alright, so I think that is ready to go down. I also have my my glue gun at the ready. So I'm going to cheat. Instead of using glue, I'm just going to use the hot glue here because it's here. Okay. I want to curl these up. Give it a little raggedy look. Yeah, I like that. What do you think? Okay. And then for this, I want to measure this so I can trim it down. And I'm going to trim it here and here. All right. I'm going to freehand it. Wish me luck. Can't draw a straight line, and I definitely can't cut one. See what I mean? All right. So I think see. Does it fit? Yeah, it fits right inside. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want it too big either. All right, and then I think I'm just gonna take off, cross one line at the bottom. And these, I believe I got these. These were a printable from Etsy. Probably one of my first purchases way back in the day. All right, so now let me see. Oh, now that I curled that up, I'm gonna have to move this up. So I want to see how this is gonna look. I'm gonna slide that in there. I think I'm gonna adhere these with brads. So I think it's still a little too big. Yeah. So I'm gonna trim off from this side based on the spacing. So can't cut a straight line, guys. Let's see. All right, that feels good. And I think I'm gonna need a little bit more. Let's take it from the bottom. All right, I think we are good. So now, should we put it in the center there? No, I can't grab it. Or should we move it up to the top right corner? Ooh, I think I like that one already. Yes. Okay, that's where we're gonna go. Before I do that, I need to pull out some brads. Okay, I had to go fish for some brads that matched in color, and I found these that look like they have like a little button hole at the top. I thought that would go okay. Super excited, guys. Yeah, I think that'll work fine. Have a new kit releasing next week. I hope you guys are excited. It's a Valentine's Day theme. Just gonna come in here and make sure this is straight. And we're gonna poke a hole straight through. Go. I'll put in my brad if I can grab it. There we go. Give that a good press there. Gotta make sure it's straight-ish. Hold that in place. And then I'm gonna poke my other hole. Grab my brad. And give that a really good firm press. Wow, this is coming together quickly. Gonna ink this up real quick. Not that you're gonna see it, but I don't want it to be so bright. I want to stress it just a little bit. That's gonna slide right in there. There we are, journal. Cool beans. All right. Now, let's finish off the cover. I also have to add my eyelet there, so I have to be mindful. Give myself a little space there. And let's see what we're gonna do with this. So let's just grab it and lay it all down. And someone might be thinking I'm wasting a lot of eyelash trim underneath, but this is just easy for me. I have lots of this stuff floating around in my stash, and oh, I like that. What do you think? I like it. Let's go for it. So I'm gonna trim off. I'm gonna trim off the end where it's inside. Okay, put that off to the side. Take another look. Let me pull. And we're gonna, yep. All right, let's do it. Try not to overthink it. And I'm using hot glue because this is a shelf liner. And it is wipeable. And I'm being very generous because I want it to spread out. And there we go. And catch to that this material here. It almost feels like not plastic, but like a shelf liner. That's what it feels like. But it is wipeable. So this hot glue will melt into the seams and the creases. All right, look at that. I love her. Not too bulky, easy to go in and out of the bag. I'm just pressing until the heat wears off. And I think we are ready to attempt the closure. And I was going with this gunmetal black. I know that for sure. And I have the rings on the inside. All right, so Loki, my darling, he's saying hello. All right, got my big bite. And I'm not usually a measurer, but I have to measure for this one. Because I don't want it too close to the edge. And I want to be even on both sides. So I'm going to come in a 1/2 inch from the edge. And first of all, I am at 8 3/4, so we're going to go about 4 1/4-ish. Let me bring it to myself because I can't see. Yeah, so I'm at 8 3/4. So if it was 8 1/2, would be 4 1/4. So I'm around here, right around here, which doesn't look like it's in the middle to me. Yeah, I would say around here. Okay, and then from that space, I'm gonna come in a 1/2 inch. So I'm gonna poke my hole right here. And then I am going to mark where I'm at here on this side so I can see it. So that means I'm about here, and I'm gonna come in a 1/2 inch from there. I'm gonna poke my hole right there. Okay. All right. That looks good. I'm not going to interfere with anything. So here we go, guys. Now's the time to pray that I don't mess it up. All right. I got my big hole because it's a big eyelet. I'm going to have to get down here and take a look. I want that dot right smack in the middle of my punch. Okay. So there goes the first one. And I'm going to flip over and do the same thing for the front. And it's right in the middle-ish. Okay, there we are. All right, I'm going to put this big boy away. And I'm gonna grab my small one. Ooh. And we are going to attach, if I can, because these are big eyelets, so I'm gonna have to finagle this in here. Ooh. Or maybe make the hole just a little bigger. So let's see if I can do it with the small one. So just a little bit bigger. So all I did was take off a hair, which you can't even see. Just a hair around the edge. Can I get it in now? Might not be big enough. Nope, still not big enough. I'd rather go piece by piece than overdo it. So now I'm gonna go in from the other side. Just a hair. Nope. Nope. Oh, I keep shifting. I'm nervous. All right. That should do it. Come on. Yes. All right, we are in. There we are. And then I'm gonna add my little ring on the inside. Ooh, pray for me. I never get these settings right. I think it's that one. And I don't know what I did with the booklet. Let me take a look at these. No, that's the biggest one. Yep, that's the biggest one. All right, moment of truth. Let me flip this around. Catch it from there. Give it a good press. I'm gonna need the big one for this. And my apologies if I'm off camera. But these things get a little tricky. I think I might have to go flip it, hold it. And get it in there. Okay. And it's in. There we are. That's what it looks like on the inside. I will tell you, those holders, those little rings that go on the inside is a game changer. All right, so here I am. I got to make this one a little bigger. So I'm going to come in. I'm going to take a look at it and go on the side. Okay. Did I cut it? Yep, I cut it. Let's see if that was enough. And if it wasn't enough, I'll take off a little bit more. Yep, wasn't enough. So I'm going to take off a little bit more. Come in. Gauge where I'm at. Okay, and do the same thing on the other side. And then I'm going to see if that was enough. I'd rather have chip off a little bit every time than take off too much and then destroy my project. Nope, just a little bit more, and you can see I made the indentation where I have to trim. So I'm going to trim that piece right there. Okay, there we are. I'm gonna add my washer in the back. Okay, I'm gonna use the small one just to get it in place because I can do this one upside down and start the process. And I just realized I shaved my card, so I'm gonna have to trim it, and then I'm gonna reinforce it with the big one. It feels like that was enough, but I would be devastated if it came off. So there is that. And that's what it looks like on the inside. Nice and finished. And I'm pretty much in the middle. What do you think? Wow, I surprised myself. I don't like to measure. This was my original plan, was to use this one. But now I don't feel like it goes with that bronze. So I'm not going to use that. I think I'm going to use this instead. And I have purchased a ton of seam binding from Donna Dreams ×3. And I'm hoarding it. I don't want to use it. Seam binding is hard to find. But I think I'm going to want it doubled. Yeah. I think I'm going to want it doubled. So I'm going to come in, poke this through. I have my key there looking at me. And I'm going to trim this here. That but before I do that, it doesn't matter, I'll do a rough measurement from here to there, add a little more, come around the other way and trim that, and then we're going to add this one to this side. And truth be told, guys, first time I've done a closure like this. First time. All right, so there we have that. That's gonna close like that. It's gonna give it a nice little fluff. And then I can trim these down. And then I'll seal the edges with some heat. But there it is. There is the closure. Wonder if I should add some lace here. Not sure. All right. So then I have this key. So now that key can probably go right there. What do you think? Or maybe on this side? Looks a little weird being over there by itself, but it also balances that. I like it on this side. I don't know why, but I like it on this side. Oh, guys, this is when I wish you guys can talk to me. Not sure. Not sure if I'm even going to use it. All right. All right, everyone. That's today's video. I'm going to finish off the rest of the inside, and then we can come back. I'll have this trimmed after I nicked it there. I'll have that trimmed off and finished. I'll finish off the little bits and pieces on the inside, the little finishing touches. This one goes back here. And then whatever I don't use, I'll just add in there because I still have some stuff in here, like words and tabs and small tickets and that kind of stuff. So that'll all go into that folder in the back. And then I also want to balance, add 2 more pull tabs here and maybe add something to it. Not sure. All right, everyone. So there is my cover for my journal. I would love to see if you use a Dollar Tree liner as a journal cover. Feel free to email me a picture of it. I would share it with everyone here if that's okay with you. But I love seeing everyone's inspiration and their projects. So you can feel free to email me. My email is in the description box down below. I would love to see how your cover looked out. All right, everyone. Take care. Stay blessed. And I'll see you at the next video.